One of the key concepts that's helped shape my thinking and drive my advocacy of cloud adoption at Pacific Life has been this concept of run, grow, transform. And that's about helping IT departments understand where they're spending their assets, both financial and personnel assets. I'm probably spending 85% of my time and money in run and grow. Where AWS is going to come into play is allow us to be less focused on the run and grow and more focused on the transform without having to add a lot of staff. My name is John Trujillo. I'm Assistant Vice President of Technology at Pacific Life Insurance Company. Pacific Life is a 147-year-old financial services company. We have life insurance, we have fixed and variable annuities, we have mutual funds, we have long-term care. On the institutional side, we have structured settlements. Pacific Life differentiates itself from its competitors through a fanatical focus on service. This is where cloud services really come into play in order to help us have a more stable environment, a more agile environment, so that when people are calling us, we're not saying, hey, I'm sorry, the system's slow, the system's down today. We began our journey with AWS on our high-performance compute cluster needs. It was made to order as hand in glove, so to speak, in terms of having a need for variable compute at a moment's notice. So rather than build the chapel for Easter Sunday, we can have just-in-time computing. A couple years ago, one of the vice presidents in our actuarial department just popped his head into my office in the morning, and we were just chatting, and I asked him, how's it going? Do you have enough capacity? He said, no, we're all good, everything's fine, don't worry about it. Literally 3 or 4 hours later, he came back into my office and said, John, we're going to have to double the capacity because some new requirement came from the senior executives that we didn't even know about this morning. And in the absence of AWS, I'm going to have to take 2 to 3 months to build that out for him. One of the challenges that we have from a budgeting perspective is when we own the hardware in our own data centers, there's these huge financial spikes as I have to refresh hardware. And I'm still trying to maintain a 4% year-over-year budget when maybe this year I've got a $2 million refresh investment. So how do I do that and still stay within that 4% year-over-year growth? Moving to something like AWS allows us to move away from a CapEx spend model more towards an OpEx model. I definitely see AWS as a key service provider to Pacific Life in the long term. It's where we're going to leverage our disaster recovery capabilities. It's where we're going to leverage test and dev. Those are near-term objectives for us, but in the long term, I definitely see us relying on AWS as a provider for absolutely critical business services. AWS is definitely going to be a key part of our strategy.